on Sunday. We're going to talk about everything that happened on the Crossroads show in just a bit, so stay tuned. This is Elite Maniac Podcast. What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining us again right here at the Elite Maniac Podcast, where we discuss all things AEW. My name is Mex, aka WrestleManiac UK. My co-host is Mike, aka Kings Road Wrestling, formerly known as Elite Use One. We've got a very fun show to talk through today. Again, another banger of a show that the guys at AEW put together. But of course, first, we've got to do all the housekeeping stuff. So make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And for all our audio listeners, make sure you subscribe or follow on your podcast platform of choice. And leave us a 5-star review if you're feeling what we're doing over here at Elite Maniac Podcast. Mike, how did you find the show generally and how are you doing?
Off the chain show last night, and I'm doing well. My page is on the up and up again, getting some more followers, growing the secondary page. So I'm feeling good, and I'm headed to Revolution on Sunday live. So it shall be fun, and I will have a lot of updates for everyone.
Very, very jealous of you indeed. Mm-hmm. Lucky that you.
I do have to drive like a day though, so.
It's a long drive. I'm sure the show they're going to give you is going to be worth it. However, I do feel like compared to last year's Revolution, like this doesn't seem to like be equal, if you see what I mean. Like last year's card seemed to be a lot more.
Yeah, you know I mean? It was like everything was crazy that they put on the card. It's like everything I wanted to see. Like there's a couple on the card this year that I'm like, I could probably go without that. But I mean, I'm going to give them a little pass because there's no fans and I don't know. I feel like did a little dip and now up again. I'm still very excited for it though. And like, wow, like the build up for this, it's been pretty good so far. Pretty good.
Yeah. And, you know, I think especially this particular week, this week's show, they really brought something extra to it, knowing that on the weekend we've got Revolution. I mean, just before we get into it, NK, thanks for joining us, bro. He says, I just want to start things off correct. Put some respect on Jade Cargill. And, you know, Mike, we might as well just get into the show and start talking about everything, including the double debut that we had in the opening segment.
Dude, yeah, Jade Cargill is money. She made her debut last night with Shaquille O'Neal, legendary NBA player, DJ. This man does it all. He teamed up with Jade to take on Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet, who really did well. This was a celebrity match, obviously, so there's expectations that were kind of spread out, coming from some of the celebrity matches in the past that kind of didn't go well. But there was a lot of hype on this one because it was revealed that Shaquille O'Neal was training in the Nightmare Factory for months, apparently, to perform well during this match. And I think that he actually did a really good job. Jade and Shaquille O'Neal, good team, came out to a pretty badass entrance theme. And it seemed like this was some of Shaq's music. I think that this was his EDM music that was playing, which he creates. That's another one of his ventures. So Shaq and Cody started out the match, and Shaq doesn't even have to try to be strong style. He could just hit Cody, and it hurts like hell. So you saw Shaquille O'Neal using these really big chops that were just devastating to Cody, like for real. So I think that's why the celebrity match was so good.
Let me just interrupt you. I love the way he was hitting them. It wasn't like the chop across the top. It was like slapping and then it was taking off his hand like slow motion. Like, oh no, yeah, it was good. Go on.
Dude, he looked really good. Those were beautiful. We saw Jade Cargill get in the ring with Red Velvet. Jade showed off a lot during this match, hit some really nice moves, but she was showboating a lot. So she's got character for sure. She's huge.
Yeah.
Second of all, I mean, like massive. Like she's bigger than most of the men on the roster. We saw Red Velvet hit a beautiful moonsault on the outside, just going back and forth, then setting up a table, which kind of took a while. It seemed like she couldn't really lift the table, so I didn't know they were that heavy. Every time I've felt those things, they're like pretty light, but it was interesting. So maybe they're a little bit thicker to pad some of the falls. Shaquille O'Neal is on the ring apron, and Cody just dives on him, and the two go crashing through the table. And Shaq, at his 7 foot tall, probably 300, 400 pound self, they smash through this table, and this thing disintegrates into like thousands of pieces. So they're out for good. Jade and Red Velvet have to finish off the match. Red Velvet looks like she's probably going to win, but Jade was able to hit this. I don't even know what to call it. It was just kind of like a face buster, but it was a really cool finishing maneuver, and she got the pinfall. So Shaquille O'Neal and Jade Cargill are your champions, defeating Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet. Shaq was taken out by Gurney after the match into an ambulance because apparently he was really hurt. Tony Schiavone went to ask him a few questions, and he wasn't there. So where did he go? I don't know.
I don't know where he went. This match exceeded my expectations. I'll give you that much.
Okay.
I'll hold my hands up because I probably gave them a lot of crap coming into this match. I thought this was really good. It was a really fun opener to the show. Shaq done what he had to do as a celebrity guest. He never overexerted himself. He didn't try anything dodgy. Loved his little tribute to Brody Lee when he done that devastating powerbomb onto Cody. Red Velvet, for me, was the MVP of this match. Her knowing that she kind of has to be, or she kind of is, the least name value, if you like, in this whole match. You know, Cody's Cody, then Shaq. Jade is the big fierce woman making her debut. Red Velvet had a lot to prove, and she brought it for me. She was really, really good. And Jade, I mean, we've been awaiting this debut for a very long time. Of course, she's green. I don't think that has to be said. But she is very, very able. You can see she's able. You can see there's something there. And I think that once the character stuff, she has down. Like flexing every second, press ups in the middle of the ring. Like she has the character stuff down to a T. Once she becomes more confident with her in-ring performance, I think they've really got a star on their hands. But yeah, like I said, I think this was a really good match to start.
For sure. I think that everybody involved got over a little bit, specifically Red Velvet and Jade. So I'd really like to see more of Jade. Cody was talking last night, said that, you know, if Red Velvet performs properly and does well, they're looking to sign her as a full-time talent. So I'm expecting Red Velvet is all elite.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't believe she's not signed yet.
Yeah, so I'm expecting a graphic later, hopefully. Because, you know, we saw Lee Johnson kind of prove himself on Dynamite, got signed after that. So I think she definitely proved herself. And for sure, she should get signed. She's one of the best in the women's. She's ranked 1, right? Yeah.
Red Velvet.
Yeah, she's ranked number 1 in the women's division.
Oh, wow.
Because she won, like, for the build-up, she won, like, 10 matches in a row.
She's doing good stuff, man, and she can't be forgotten. And it's good that she's kind of putting into her performance the fact that, you know, you cannot forget me. That moonsault as well to the outside
was really nice.
Really, really nice. So
so we talked a little bit about this before in a couple other podcasts that we just hope this didn't go wrong because they get crucified. I didn't hear anybody say anything bad about this match. So, I mean, it was cool. I'm interested to see what time is it right now. It's like 1:30. What the ratings will probably come out within the hour. So I'm interested to see if Shaq got them above 1 million.
Yeah, that would be an interesting, piece of information if they did see that. But
I know you don't care about the ratings.
I thought it was good regardless. The ratings doesn't interest me at all, and especially if Shaq is gonna do it. Like Shaq's not gonna be there every week, so it was a good match. I don't think we can take anything away from the ladies.
I just want it to be high so he comes back. He wants to, that they want him back because I'd love to see him come back and do some other stuff. Obviously with Paul White, maybe some of the other big guys.
I think they'll have him back regardless. I don't think him coming back is dependent on how well the ratings go. So
I hope not.
Yeah,
But yeah, pretty cool match. Just started off Dynamite. Definitely a lot of people hyped. A lot of casual fans watching. So a lot of my friends were watching, which was cool. So I guess that drew in the casual viewer.
Done what it was supposed to do. Yeah.
Yep. We kind of moved on pretty quickly. Right after this, we moved into a tag team match, and they released the card beforehand, so we knew that Phoenix and Pac were going to be in this contest, but we didn't know who their opponents were. So when that happens, it's kind of going to be a short squash match. Yeah. And they had D3, who's kind of a guy on Dark. He's not there that often, but he dresses as a Roman soldier. So, I mean, I like him because he's Italian. He's actually from Rome. It's cool. I like his gimmick. He teamed up with John Skyler. Not really too familiar with him. Some of these Dark guys I just forget about, but you knew what was going to happen. And they just destroyed them, Phoenix and Pac. Like in a matter of a minute, they just like hit a bunch of combos. Phoenix ran the ropes, kicked D3 in the face. Pac did a corkscrew, and then this like disgusting 450 pinned him real easy. So Death Triangle, 2 of the 3 members won that match. I don't know. What do you think? Are they on the card? Is Pac on the card? I know Phoenix is.
Phoenix is on the card where?
He's on the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Right? No, Pentagon is. Sorry. So where's Phoenix?
I think they're going to be in this. They're doing a Casino Battle Royal, aren't they? I think they're going to be in that.
Well, that'd be a sin if they weren't on this card.
Yeah, I think that's where they're going to be because that's a tag team battle royal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's where they're going to be.
Are we getting a definite surprise entrance for that?
For the tag team battle royal?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not that they've said, but
no, they're in it. They ran out at the end when all the Casino Battle Royal participants started battling. Yeah. I think they're in it. I'll be very disappointed if they're not.
Yeah. Because even though that's not the best spot for them anyway, but
no, they should have their standalone
card. Yeah.
Pac last year really surprised everyone with the Orange Cassidy match. That was a classic, and nobody expected that. So, what did you think? Just
run of the mill match, like you said, it's just to give them something to do. Even in the 1 minute this match lasted, you could just see how good Pac and Rey Fenix are, especially together. Yeah. They're really good. So yeah, I hope they really find positions for them. I don't want to see them, doing too much tag stuff. These guys should be chasing singles gold. Maybe eventually we get Penta and
Fenix, that would be nice.
That would be fine. Yeah, but Pac especially, I'm trying to see him win some singles gold.
Well, I know that they've confirmed multiple times that there's a trios title coming, and I just really think it's going to be them first, which they are really good singles competitors, but I don't know. I just feel like this is the direction they're being pushed right now.
Maybe
for now. Maybe that'll happen at Revolution. Who knows? But we'll move on. Pretty good segment, and I'm excited to see Pac and Phoenix in person, hopefully. Big fans of them, and we love Phoenix on this podcast. We had this Inner Circle press conference, which was interesting. It kind of got me pumped for this match, to be honest. The Inner Circle came out and were asked questions from the media, and I was just wondering where I was in this whole thing. Why wasn't I invited on there? But I digress on that one. Apparently, Barstool Sports was there, which was interesting. Yeah. I don't know if they actually. They were just kind of chumps asking questions. Like, you knew what kind of people were going to be asking questions. Like, you had I'm a fat Mark, these really weird looking guys, and they just wrecked them, made fun of their looks, made fun of their weight, because they're heels. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Someone asked about Sammy. They flipped out, said never bring him up again. Asked about Papa.
Conrad Thompson asked about Sammy, when's he coming back? And MJF called him, what did he say? Something tits.
Twinkle tits or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. And then Jericho called him a fat head and told him to get lost. And yeah.
That's ironic, but okay. MJF
Turkey
also
tits. Thank you, Charles Chamberlain. In the chat, he said Conrad being called turkey tits.
He's from Grilling JR, right? He's JR's partner. Okay.
He has his own podcast network and everything. He's proper clear.
And then we had MJF he said that Papa Buck, because they kept asking, the Young Bucks' dad, he's not a martyr. He recklessly attacked Chris Jericho, so they did it in self-defense, and his backyard blood got all over his custom suit. Apparently, we don't know how expensive a custom suit is because we shop at Target and the Gap, and we're like poor. So, MJF doing his thing. Eric Bischoff is back. He was asking a few questions, and I was surprised to see Eric Bischoff back because he kind of said some stuff about AEW in that we're in a negative light, but I don't know. Like
he's always talking crap about AEW.
But then he's always on.
And then he's always back on. Yeah. It's a weird one. I don't know what kind of relationship they have, but maybe it's just for the pop. They know that Eric Bischoff is just like one of these, not quite a forefather, but you know what I mean. He's just got that kind of character within the wrestling industry, so maybe that's why they keep him busy.
I mean, I always like to see Eric, and I wouldn't really mind if they signed him for like an advisory or something like that role. I do like the guy. Eric Bischoff, he asked about Papa Buck too. He said, in your list of stupid ideas, why would you do this to motivate the Young Bucks and put fuel under the fire? The Bucks came out instantly. They called MJF and Jericho pricks. They said that they had no idea that they would go this far and harm their father. They called him the greatest dad in the world and said Chris and MJF's father obviously failed them because look at what they're doing. Papa Buck built a ring for them in their backyard to get them started. They really made him sound like he was integral in the start of AEW, and he probably is. So he said, no Papa Buck, no AEW. That means MJF is waiting at home in his mom's basement, waiting for a call from Rosie O'Donnell, which is a really great stab. Yeah. And Chris would be jerking the curtains at the Performance Center. So funny stab. Then we just saw a fight break out. Good Brothers come out, set up some tables. Nick and Matt ascend the top of the, what do you call it? Like mini Titantron. Kill Santana and Ortiz. So we have some heat. We'll get into this possibly in a different segment, but you think there's a chance that the Young Bucks lose their titles? I think that there's a very big chance that they put a belt back on Jericho.
I think there's a chance, but for me, I think they retain. I think we're probably going to see at some point, obviously, the Good Brothers versus Young Bucks. Champions versus champions sort of thing. So I don't expect MJF or Chris Jericho to win this weekend, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. I thought this segment was the best bit of building they've kind of done to this feud.
Yeah, and last week was good too,
Last week was good, but I think this week was better.
This week was better, yeah.
Yeah, I think Matt Jackson delivered like the promo of his life, putting over his dad. And it was really like heartfelt. And like you said,
for sure,
his dad was obviously instrumental in their career, as well as probably being instrumental in somewhat obviously them putting together AEW. So this came across really well. About the time the Young Bucks kind of stopped looking like chumps in build-ups to big matches, and they kind of stood up for themselves. So
yeah, they have kind of looked like chumps in the past matches. But I'm excited for this match. I can't wait to see it. I expect it to be very good. We got MJF. He always delivers. Bucks always deliver. So the wild card here is Jericho. Can he do well? Can he get back to the top that he was at in Revolution last year? Just one of the best performers in the world. Can he do that? We will see on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping for the best. Moving down the card, and thank you everyone for continuing to ask questions in the chat. We really appreciate it and have fun doing this for you guys. We had the deathmatch promo, and I popped like a little kid because Atsushi Onita, he's the pioneer of deathmatch wrestling in Japan, really creator of exploding ring death matches. He was on a video package talking about the exploding barbed wire death match that we're going to get. He basically said that he's very happy for them. He thinks that the match is going to be great and very fitting for them too. And he is very upset that he can't be there live to see it, but he's going to watch it. And then they played clips from FMW in Japan of the old barbed wire death match. So you're kind of getting a little inside scoop of what this match could look like. And I was happy to see him for sure. I was on the press call with Cody earlier that day, and the question literally that I had written out for him was, have you consulted with Onita? And they didn't get to my question. So I knew that
Well,
this was gonna.
at least you saw him on the show. The answer was a yes.
Yeah. This got me pumped though for the matchup, and I'm very excited. We can confirm now, and I don't know if this was a misquote, but JR on the Countdown to Revolution last night stated that the ropes will be replaced with barbed wire.
Yep.
It was kind of speculated that the ropes would just be surrounded with barbed wire, but they looks like they've went the route of the most dangerous barbed wire match that you could. Like, this is gonna be bad, dude. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, from the footage they showed during that vignette, it looks like they've got some wooden structure which will be between the ring posts. So you have ring post. There's a wooden structure that'll be fitted between them, almost like ropes, and then the barbed wire will be around the wooden structure. So yeah, it's looking very dangerous, looking very gnarly. I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of people aren't. A lot of people think, this is going to be dangerous and all of this kind of stuff. I want to see it. So
yeah, I mean, Full Gear was dangerous. Let's not sugarcoat that.
Yeah,
a lot of the stuff that they're doing are dangerous, but these two guys are top of the game professionals. So hopefully they could do it safety. You know, they're in my prayers to pull this off well. I'm excited for it. Last time that they had a huge barbed wire match like this with the ropes replaced at a big level, ECW Born to Be Wired 97. That's when Sabu ripped his bicep open and there was muscle tissue hanging out. So
hanging out.
Yeah, man, this is gonna be crazy. But I will get some cool videos for everybody.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Before we move on to the massive 6-man tag with a returning legend to the ring, guys, please make sure you've clicked the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and hit the thumbs up button as well, please. It does loads for the channel and we appreciate it. And if you're listening online on your podcast platform of choice, please make sure you have subscribed or followed us as well. And when you're done, leave us a 5-star review. We'll appreciate that. Mike, we saw Tully Blanchard return to the ring.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think I'd ever see this. Well, yeah, take it away.
Me either. But first, how do you like this new Pentagon mask? Yeah, I had to get it. But I digress, as Taz would say. Moving on. Tully Blanchard, man, hasn't been in the ring since the 80s. Coming back to team up with FTR, really, really cool. They came to the ring with JJ Dillon, legendary 4 Horsemen manager. All these guys were wearing classic WCW NWA titles, and apparently this was for Jim Crockett Jr., who passed away yesterday. So rest in peace. Thoughts going out to his family. So they had the U.S. title that Tully Blanchard won in the 80s against Magnum TA, and then FTR is wearing classic WCW title. So very cool homage. And FTR, man, what a classic team that they are. They really are a throwback team, and they're very cool. Tully started out with Marco Stunt of Jurassic Express. Didn't do bad. He actually looks pretty good in the ring. I mean, I'm not going to lie. He got some moves in. Jungle Boy kind of shined throughout this whole match, though. But Dax and Cash, like, they're on another level. Like, what? Right? Like, am I the only one that thinks that these guys are so good?
Nope. They are one of the best tag teams in the world. There is no other way to put it. And especially because their style is so different to what tag team wrestling on the whole is today. You know, like you said, they're a throwback. They're very old school in how they move. We did see a beautiful combination which led to Cash going up top and doing a 5-star frog splash, which, you know, abandoned again their methodologies of keeping everything on the mat. Didn't get him the 3 count, but yeah, apart from that, you know, everything is just so smooth and slick and intentional and telling stories through everything that they do. Like I think I said earlier to you before, it was very harsh when they lost the tag team championships. I think it was very harsh. They lost them so soon after winning them. But they're in a place now, career-wise, where they just know tag team wrestling is appreciated. So I think that's their only concern. That's the only thing they care about.
They're the top guys, dude. And that's what they call themselves, and they are. I go as far probably to say that they're probably better than I don't know. I think they're better than the Bucks sometimes. Sometimes.
It really depends what you like. It really depends
Yeah,
what you like.
it's
Like
cool that they have that.
yeah. I think that Bucks are the best tag team in the world. But if I'm to make, a top 3 or a top 5, FTR probably appear in both lists.
For sure.
So yeah.
So in AEW, we have the high flyers, the spot guys that some school of thought like, and then we have the classic tag team, ground and pound, fist not flips, FTR. So it's a cool contrast for sure. But Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy did very, very well during this match. Luchasaurus hit some double German suplexes on Dax and Cash, lifting up 470 pounds for the advantage towards the end of the match. Tully Blanchard got in the ring face to face with Luchasaurus and did not back down. So major respect for that guy. He's got balls of steel. Tully hit a slingshot suplex on Marco's stunt. And then they got the win at the end when a cameraman smashed Luchasaurus in the face with the camera. FTR hit their spike pile driver with Tully Blanchard jumping off the top rope. So Tully and FTR won this match. What happened at the end, though? And I know that you think this is a little controversial, so let's hear your thoughts on this.
Wait, the end of what?
You know what happened at the end. The cameraman comes in the ring.
Oh.
Who is it?
Okay. So firstly, let me just say, Tully pretending like he's gonna do a suicide dive and then doing that little strut was my favorite thing ever. That was my favorite thing ever.
Yeah,
that was brilliant. So yes, we get an interference by someone dressed in an AEW hoodie and a hat. Their face is covered and all of that, mask. First, it looks like a cameraman just got in the way. Then all of a sudden, we see the cameraman strike. When the match is done, the cameraman gets in the ring, celebrates with the rest of FTR, Tully, and JJ. And the cameraman reveals himself to be Sean Spears. Now, I have no issue with Sean Spears.
Here we go.
No, please don't create an agenda. I don't have any issues with Sean Spears. I like Sean Spears. I've liked him since he was in NXT. I've really been behind him. My one thing is that Sean Spears clearly has a friend in the office.
Yeah.
Because this is basically, if I'm correct, his third or fourth reboot now. He came in very hot. Obviously, he had that little angle with Cody. He then came in again as like a re-debut sort of thing with Tully and all of that kind of stuff. And now he's back again. He's like, they're really trying with Sean Spears, which I respect, that they don't give up on their talent, so to speak. They really want it. But there's other people that haven't had this kind of backing or opportunity that Sean Spears is getting.
Like Scorpio.
Not even just Scorpio. Scorpio's one name, but Scorpio has been injured in between, so I can't even call his name too much. But there's other people.
Who? So, name one. I want one.
You can't put me on the spot.
Okay,
that's one thing you can't do. I will think of some and I can give you some names. But ultimately, this guy has been given, like I say, 2 or 3 opportunities to really flourish. And like I said, it's one thing that, let's say WWE, and I don't like comparing, if WWE give you something to do and you don't nail it, you're shelved. Full stop. You're done.
Yeah.
And I respect the fact AEW are really trying with him. I respect this is probably, like I say, a friendship thing as well. And whoever's his friend in the office is trying to really push Spears to the front of things. But he is not connecting with the audience. And there's something wrong there that needs to be addressed. That needs to be fixed, whether it's a character thing or whatever. That's the issue. And yeah, my only issue is that, God, they just keep trying with this guy, and there's other people. We can talk about Santana and Ortiz again. We spoke about them for the last 3 weeks.
All right. You name one.
There are people that don't get this kind of opportunity. So yeah, I just think it's just a bit unfair. Life is unfair, yes, but I think it's a bit unfair. And as much as I want Sean Spears to prosper, it's just like, when do you just pull the plug on the plans, really? But I think if they pull the trigger on what looks like a 4 horseman kind of thing, he will flourish within a group, because he doesn't have to be the main attraction.
Yeah, maybe that's what they need. We definitely saw the preludes to they've been teasing it for a while, but they were doing the 4 thing again, and Arn Anderson came out with the 4. Maybe 3rd time's a charm for Sean Spears. He had new hair, maybe
and I think that suits him. I think that's a good move. I think
heel, big heel.
Yeah, I think it looks like half decent, like just for his persona.
He looks kind of cool, like I don't know. He looks like out of a video game, in my opinion. But I'm still in his corner. I know you are too. I really hope this is it. If it's not it, then I would say that's it.
This is the thing. If this doesn't work out now, like, come on, like how many other chances are you gonna kind of give a guy? Like,
yeah, I agree with that at that point. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about Sean Spears. Should he be getting these chances? Does he have the potential to win a belt here? I don't know. We had one of my favorite segments of the night come on next. We had Tony Schiavone introduced Paul White, who came out with a shirt that said "No More BS." Fans loved it. I was really happy to see this segment. Paul White looked very, very happy. Said he was honored to be here. He said that he was glad that he started out at TNT, but now he's getting a chance to come back. That was an homage to his WCW days. I don't know, man. This was just really fun to see. He looked genuinely happy to be working for AEW. He's excited to be a color commentator on AEW Dark Elevation. And he says that on Sunday he has to reveal a big signing that is a potential Hall of Fame level candidate that he has the inside scoop about.
Yeah.
So big news there. It's cool, dude. It's another element on Sunday that we don't know about,
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, I think he just looks happy, which is good. Everyone deserves to be happy, especially at work. So I'm happy for him that he's kind of got this move, and he can kind of extend his career by a couple of years and that. In terms of names that this Hall of Fame worthy signing could be, I've made a little list.
Okay, let's go into that.
I've made a little list, and okay, I think one person it could be is himself, and I think that could be the start of like
I didn't even think about
a heel
that.
turn. I think it could be himself, like get some heel heat when he's on the mic and all of that kind of stuff as a commentator. Because he's going to be doing commentary. I think that Mauro Ranallo could be a possible shout.
That'd be crazy, dude.
Because Mauro Ranallo is obviously renowned in the industry as a commentator, whether it's wrestling or MMA, boxing. So yeah, could be him. Kurt Angle, I think, is got to be probably the favorite.
You think?
I think so. Just because he's free right now. He doesn't work for anybody. And yeah, Kurt Angle seems to, I think I heard him say in one of his last interviews with WWE, he thought that he was brought back to win titles. So Kurt Angle clearly thinks he can still go. Despite him having a retirement match at WrestleMania 35.
Can he go?
I don't want to see it because I think his best days are behind him, and he looks hurt when he wrestles.
Yeah, man.
So I don't want to see it, but I wouldn't mind if Kurt Angle just joined in general. Christian as well. We haven't seen him. He's been recently cleared by WWE. We saw him at the Royal Rumble. However, we haven't seen him since January. So maybe he can come over and bring his old Christian Cage gimmick from
I heard that
days.
Too.
I guess a lot of people have said CM Punk. Just because CM Punk gets mentioned whenever there's a free transfer link in. And then another name I guess to throw out is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Work for WWE. So yeah, it could be, man. It could be.
But the second name that you said, he is in the Hall of Fame technically though. In Big Show, Paul White said potential Hall of Fame worthy candidate.
So Kurt Angle may not be because
maybe he misspoke because he also called the pay-per-view Evolution. So I would probably wager Christian. I don't know. I would be cool to see Punk, but That's the one we're all expecting. So I
Are
don't think
you
it's
interested
him.
in any of the names I just called?
I'd like to see Kurt. I'm a big Kurt fan, but I don't want to see him kill himself in the ring. I've never been that big on Christian, but I'd like to see Brock, obviously. So Brock or Kurt. CM Punk, obviously. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of him, but he would do wonders for the company. So
Yeah,
I'm not going to complain if they get anyone that you name. And Morrow, he's one of the best commentators out there. So he'd be a great addition too, maybe to replace Jim Ross if JR does retire.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yep. Moving on the card, we had the women's eliminator final between Nyla Rose and Ryo Mizunami. And this was a really cool match. They had a huge trophy laid out, kind of like a G1 style for the winner to get. And the two just had a really solid women's match. Plenty of time in the card, a lot to go along with. And they did very well. Nyla did her thing, hit some cannonball sentons, Oklahoma slam. She was dominating. We saw some character of Ryo Mizunami kind of joking in the ring, doing her slaps. But Ryo really did some awesome moves. She hit a guillotine leg drop on the apron, which is how she beat Aja Kong. Nyla was almost counted out. She hit another leg drop from the top rope. Then they started really just punching each other in the face. Very strong style-esque, cool. Nyla hit a Death Valley driver for 2. The advantage was kind of even at this point, but Ryo hit an exploding suplex. Nyla hit a superplex off the top rope. We saw Ryo hit a spear and then a guillotine leg drop, which was the second guillotine leg drop on the back of the head of Nyla Rose, kind of took her out and allowed Ryo Mizunami to get the pin. So your champion is Ryo Mizunami of Japan, winning this side of the bracket, going on to face Shida at Revolution. Your thoughts on the finals of this tournament?
Really good match. All right, let me get this out of the way first. I thought that trophy looked crap.
Well, I thought it was really cool because
you compared it to the G1.
No. Because remember, it was on top of a thing.
Yeah,
I thought the whole thing was the trophy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I saw it again, and I was like, damn, it's like this big.
Yeah, that trophy was crap. What is with AEW? And their belts are beautiful. Generally, the women's one can use some work. Okay. But even when Ivelisse and Diamante won that tournament, they gave them this massive medals. They've given these women this trophy that looked like it came from, I don't know, a Target.
The trophy store down the road.
Yeah, it's just come on, what is that? But yeah. Ultimately, the match was really good. It seems to me that Nyla Rose has come a long way in terms of her performances.
For sure.
And yeah, I was loving it. We saw a missed swanton bomb from her as well.
That looked like it hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. And even afterwards when Shida came out to congratulate her, and they started having a fun little punch foot back and forth. Yeah, I thought this was really well done. It's a shame that this entire tournament wasn't televised to really put these women over. But we can't dwell on what's done now. And
yeah, we've gotten to that in depth in previous episodes.
Yeah, we can't dwell on it. Does Shida retain at the pay-per-view?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this woman, they had to remind us that she's been on AEW before.
Yeah.
That's not really great to do. Don't remember she was here? You guys kind of forgot about her.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's really good. I'm not going to lie, but not many people know her.
Yeah.
And Shida, I think, will retain. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the safe thing to do is keep the belt on Shida.
I mean, then we can kind of go into the argument that this whole Joshi tournament was kind of pointless. But I won't say that, because I think it sets them up for the potential to kind of create a division in Japan and hopefully continue this. So the people that are stuck there that can't get back have a spot in AEW, like Yuka Sakazaki, Emi Sakura. They're not just forgotten for months. I think that's hopefully what happens.
I personally don't want to see a division in Japan.
Why?
I don't want to see it. Like,
you wouldn't want a weekly show with this?
Can I say one thing? Yeah.
No, you can't.
They need to fix. They need to fix what's happening right now in America with the women.
But it's good.
Listen, bro. Until they fix what's going on in America, they can't dream of having divisions elsewhere. Like, your main products, the women aren't doing anything great of note. So
this was great, in my opinion.
What, the match?
Yeah, and all the tournaments that happened in America, you know, I thought, like, I can't complain.
No, I'm not complaining either. My complaint is that it wasn't on TV. But consistently, they're not going to be having tournaments every week, are they? So consistently, they need to make sure that their women's product on the main show, Dynamite, is consistently good before they dream of just having a division in Japan. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, fix at what you've got in your house before you start trying to, you know, fix something elsewhere. So,
and that's a fair point. I just hate to see these people stuck there.
Well, remember, once everything seems to lift and everything is slyly lifting within the next, 3 to 6 months, they may not be stuck there anymore. So,
yeah, I hope that they come back. I really like Yuka Sakazaki.
No, 100%. I thought she should have made it to the final.
Me too, but you know, the whole booking thing has been kind of controversial. It seemed like they maybe corrected themselves a little bit, and we got a surprise winner. So, you know, this should be a cool match, and I think there's potential for both to win. I'm just saying, I think the more likely possibility is Shida, but we will get into that more later. Yeah. We saw Sting and Tony Schiavone do a promo, probably the coolest Sting segment in my opinion so far, because you know, Sting said that Brian Cage really got the ring dust off of him. And he's ready for this match. Ricky Starks came out, said, you know, I'll admit you can still go. And then the whole crowd was like, he can go. He can go. It's cool. But he's not an icon. Slapped him in the face, and the two started beating each other up. Sting hit some cool moves, and he looks actually pretty good for his age. I'm not going to lie. What did you think about, you know, his Stinger Splash and all the moves that he was doing?
Yeah, he you know, Sting was good before, you know, the only thing that's happened is that Sting has got old. Sting was a good wrestler, so nothing surprises me. To be fair, let me take that back. One thing that did surprise me, Brian Cage was wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah, he was clothed for the first time. He was actually
wearing clothes, so yeah. But I think, you know what, this is looking good. In the last couple of weeks, they've turned this particular feud around. It's looking good going into Revolution. The issue was that, if you remember, this was actually the first match to be announced for Revolution, and that was announced well back, maybe early Jan, late December. So they've had a lot of time to fill. Hence why we've probably given it a lot of crap in the last, you know, couple of weeks, but in the last couple of weeks it's got better. So
yeah, it was like a slow burn.
Yeah,
but
they just probably announced the match too soon. That's it.
Yeah, if you just went the last 3 weeks, it would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you know, that didn't happen. But we're not going to complain too much. We're both still excited for this match, and I don't want to see Team Taz lose again, but I don't know, man.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, like I'm not an idiot. Like, I'm kind of a mark, but I'm not an idiot. Face of the Revolution ladder match. You know, I've talked a lot about the in-ring action so far in this podcast. Let's hear your opinion on this match between Preston Vance and Max Caster for a spot in the Revolution ladder match. What did you think about it?
Happy to see -1. Happy to see Vance on number 10 get kind of more opportunities, which he's been doing in recent weeks. I think it was a decent match, but I don't know, there was something about it. Maybe the fact of you know, the chemistry, or lack of chemistry, should I say, between the two didn't kind of make it a great match.
Yeah, it was a little odd.
Yeah, interesting to see Max Caster get the win here. I thought that number 10 could have been quite fun in a ladder match.
Yeah, man, everyone likes him too.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't lie. This match kind of just lost my attention in general. And then obviously we had Jack Evans interrupting, doing Matt Hardy's bidding. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay.
It was just okay in my opinion too. I really like Preston Vance. I would like to see him in the ladder match, but
Mm.
he's not going to be. He lost to Max Caster via dirty pin from a boombox shot by Evans, who got paid off by Matt Hardy, who's, I guess, keeping his promise of taking out all the Dark Order members. But it looks like they're really high on Max Caster and Anthony Bowens of the Acclaimed, and I kind of felt like they're going to be good. They're pretty good now, but he doesn't have a shot of winning this thing, I don't think.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I mean, this was just kind of a filler before the main event. But I'm happy to see Scorpio Sky on commentary kind of doing his little heel thing.
Yeah, I'm a bit. I was wondering what the hell that was all about. I was thinking, you cocky little shit. Like,
yeah, he's like, look at me. Get the camera on me.
I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's see if this comes to anything.
Yeah, man. I completely agree with some of the stuff you said in the past about him. He is really freaking good. I'm going to pick him or Lance to win this thing. I think both of them are really going to go at it. This is going to be one of the highlights of the card, I think, for Revolution.
Yeah, I hope this is a really fun match, probably to open the show as well. That'll be decent.
No, it's not.
It's not opening the show?
Miro and your favorite. Yeah.
Whatever. We don't need to talk about that. I think this has got to be a Lance Archer win, the other match.
I think he deserves the TNT title.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to give it to him. He said on the Countdown to Revolution after Dynamite last night that it should have been his to begin with, which, like, there's a good argument for that.
A very good argument for that. That's what I thought when it happened. I thought that Lance Archer should have won it, but hey, I guess we might see that in the near future.
But Cody Rhodes also said, I am the face of the network. I'm Cody Rhodes. He literally said that. Like, what a douche. But we are definitely going to try to do some Revolution content for you guys. So keep on the lookout for that. And we're going to get more into these matches. So we'll continue on the Dynamite card and then take your questions that you submitted and the questions in this chat. And main event time. So what everybody came for. Hangman Page and Johnny Hungy, John Silver versus Matt Hardy and Mark Quinn. Congratulations to John Silver for starting out getting bullied by Brody Lee at the steak dinner. Nobody knew his name. He was just the guy at the steak dinner to main eventing the go home show to arguably the biggest AEW pay-per-view of the year. Yeah. Great progression from this guy, right?
100%. He's become a fan favorite in, definitely through the help of BTE. He's become a fan favorite. One thing I do have to ask though, am I bugging or this match was meant to be like a 4-on-4 match or something like that, or 5-on-5? Last week when they announced
I thought Isaiah was in it.
Yeah, I'm sure last week they announced this match. It was meant to be TH2 and Private Party and Matt Hardy versus Dark Order and
No, I thought so
Hangman.
too, yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, you might be right. I think that they listened to this podcast though, and they heard our little criticism that why is Isaiah getting so much screen time, so they put Mark Quinn in instead to kind of get some airtime for the guy. But it was a good match. JR said that John Silver is loyal like a dog. He's loyal forever. He loves Hangman Page, and throughout the match, Johnny Hungy was hugging Hangman and really helping him out. I mean, he loves this guy. Hangman's stupid if he doesn't, take up on the Dark Order's offer eventually, because these guys are very genuine, I think so. But they had a banger of a match, really. John Silver, I thought, really put in the best moves of the night out of the team. Hit some huge sternum kicks, chops, all this great different stuff. Hardy came in, hit the side effect. Mark Quinn did well too. Hardy hit a neck breaker at the end. Silver hit a spear though to protect Hangman. And to finish off the match, Silver did a German suplex on Mark Quinn. Then Page did a buckshot lariat for the pinfall victory. So the winner of this match was Silver and Page. At the end, though, we kind of had some controversy with Matt Hardy, who is really pissed at Page, right?
Yep.
He just hates him. But Matt Hardy, his true colors, I think, shined. He's a money-grabbing, not really a nice person. So I don't know. Did you like this main event, or what
Yeah,
was your opinion?
I thought it was pretty decent. Obviously the main build is towards Matt Hardy and Hangman Adam Page's match at Revolution. I thought it was pretty decent. Like you said, John Silver looked great. Hangman looked brilliant as he always does. The buckshot lariat will never get old.
Yeah, great move.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm looking forward. Obviously, the whole show, ended in a bit of a scrap with -1 on the stage, holding his head as everyone ran out and was brawling. That made me laugh. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Revolution at this point.
He was kind of also coaching Preston Vance, which I thought was funny. They're like best friends, and that's just heartwarming. I heard someone on Twitter kind of saying why is he still on? They're using him. Come on, man. How are you even gonna say that?
They're definitely not using him.
It's making his year.
Yeah, he's just there. He's actually just there. He's not even
having
doing
fun,
anything.
Dude. He lives in Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's not on the mic. He's not doing anything in terms of, if they were making merch out of him and putting him on the mic and doing all that kind of stuff, then you can have an argument to that. He's actually just there.
He's just there to support Preston, really.
Yeah. And he's just having a great time. That's it. Nothing more than that.
I love it. Good to see him. Thoughts on the show as a whole. I was just kind of floored. It was just consistently one after another thing of action, surprises, cool moments. We break down the show here into very specific detail. Obviously, you could tell from our analysis, but as a whole, we usually really like the show.
Yeah.
So that's something to remember. And last night specifically, I thought it was one of the best shows of the year so far. Really.
Yeah.
Great.
They had a really good show. They had a really good show, I think maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I actually said on this show last week that next week, or I said last week, the show was so kind of tame. It was still a good show, but it was so tame because this week we're going to get 2 pay-per-views.
Yeah, that's what they kind of do.
One on Wednesday and one on Sunday. And Wednesday's pay-per-view has delivered. So yeah, looking forward to Revolution. Before we run out of time here, let's start running through some of you guys' questions. Thanks for everyone that sends through the questions.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
To Kings Road Wrestling Instagram page. Make sure if you want to hear your question on the air, you follow Kings Road Wrestling and ask your question on the Instagram. We'll start off with the King Switch 776. He asks, where did Shaq go?
I really have no idea. I don't know what this could have been about, dude. What do you think?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I really don't know.
It's weird for us not to see him later on in the night as well. I think it's weird. Maybe we'll get some type of storytelling for it on BTE or something.
Yeah, he just ran off, really, and we never saw him again. But is he done with AEW? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. The ghost of Chris. I think that probably is
okay. Yeah, don't
if Ryu doesn't beat Shida, who should? I think Jade Cargill.
What about Britt? We're just gonna forget about her? No. It's time for her to get the belt. Okay. Sick of this.
Question by Planet.Low, Leaux. Who's your guess on the Hall of Fame talent that I guess Big Show was talking about? Paul White.
Let's go to let's answer the Joker one because we've done the Hall of Fame one. Who do you think the Joker is? True.
Oh, good question. So I guess today in one of our group chats, Trey Miguel.
Trey Miguel, that'd be cool.
I think maybe Trey Miguel, maybe Rob Van Dam, who could also be the guy Big Show's talking about. I never said I want to see Rob Van Dam. I never said it. All I'm saying is my guess.
I think it might be him too because someone pointed out last night that Tony loves ECW. He does, dude. Taz. He went to all those shows as a kid because I think he lived in the area.
Could be.
Rob Van Dam made a fool of himself in Impact with his wife. That's all I'm saying. He's a legend. I respect him, but I'm not a fan of his current work that he was doing. It was just what? He had a match with a stipulation. If you win, you get 5 minutes alone with my wife in a room. No one wants to see that, dude. Yeah. Come on. I don't know. Maybe he'll get revamped though. But your guess is RVD and who else?
Trey Miguel.
Trey Miguel. Could be someone from Impact, in my opinion. So maybe we'll get like Moose, Rich Swann, maybe. I think it could be from someone from Impact. You're right on that end. Probably not someone from New Japan because there's not enough in the U.S. right now, and there's the big anniversary of New Japan Cup going on right now. I'm still going to stick with my OG guess and pick Tessa, though.
Cool. Wrestle in Peace says, who are you rooting for, Kenny or Mox? Also, too sleepy to join the live. We'll watch it tomorrow, guys.
I appreciate that.
Up our pit. Thank you. Kenny or Mox? Who are you rooting for?
Moxley all the way.
Moxley all the
way. I want him to get his belt back. He's like pretty much. I'm never going to like anyone more than him, I don't think, in wrestling. And he won the IWGP belt, retained it. So anything's possible, in my opinion. Who do you got?
I think Kenny's going to win.
But who are you rooting for?
I would like to see Kenny win.
Okay. Yeah. Put Moxley out of his misery.
But I want Moxley's going to give us a hell of a fight, which that's enough for me. But yeah, I want to see Kenny retain. The Elite Daily. What are the chances that Jericho and MJF walk out of Revolution with the titles?
I think a high chance, but that's just me. I think that they might recognize it's time for MJF to see how he does with gold.
Yeah.
And the Young Bucks, I don't know. They're great, but they can afford a loss and they'll probably get it back eventually. I don't know. We'll see.
I agree. That I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Jericho and MJF won. I won't be surprised either if the Good Brothers play a part in them losing, in Young Bucks losing. That won't surprise me at all.
I mean, they're just kind of trying to catch a kiss, Biz clear, whatever they're talking about.
Keep it clean. Yeah. Jordan.Maros. Do you actually think Mox has a chance, or are you just a big fan and cheering for him?
No, I think he has a chance. I think that AEW kind of maybe fixed our summer complaints that we had together with things are too predictable. Yeah. Some of the stuff hasn't been too predictable. And listen, nobody thought he was going to beat Kenta, and he did.
True.
Maybe he gets everything back, and I don't know. I think he has a good chance, but Kenny is the champion, so we'll see. You got to tune in to find out.
Yeah. Phil Yasman 55. I thought it should have been Thunder Rosa or Britt Baker in the title match Sunday. Do you agree?
I mean, yeah.
100%.
And now they're on the buy-ins. Did you see that?
Yeah, in a tag match, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of disrespectful, but okay.
It is a shame. Daniel SH2213. Where do you think the Shaq thing is going?
Shaq versus Show.
Yeah.
Maybe there's no point of training for one match.
Yeah, maybe Show is the one that kind of pulled him out of the gurney, pulled him out of the ambulance.
So we'll go back to that and King Switch question. Damn, that's a good point.
Could be.
Is he going to be a heel, you think, Paul White?
Yeah.
You 100% think so?
Yeah, because he's got to be, because if he's going to be on commentary with Tony Schiavone, one of them has to be a heel, and it's probably not going to be Tony. And it's not going to be Tony, exactly. And then, if he's going to be putting over, younger talents, younger big men, the chances are he's going to be the heel. So maybe.
I don't want people to boo him. That's all right. I liked him last night. He made me.
Yeah, he had good energy.
Yeah, I like him.
Let's just run through some of the comments that we didn't put up on the screen during the live stream. Thanks for you guys getting involved. Lincoln says, you're actually going to Revolution. I'm jealous right now. He's a lucky boy, isn't he? Charles Chamberlain, Shaq teleported, literally left that ambulance and disappeared somewhere. Christian Camacho says, I still can't believe last night on the road to Revolution, Cody said he didn't need to qualify for the ladder match because
he said, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, what a guy, man.
Check that out. Oh,
I can't. Oh, is that the ticket?
Yeah.
Okay.
We out there, baby, for the Elite Maniac podcast.
You guys see? He's showing off.
I'm a heel, so.
I'm a heel. Christian Camacho again with the turkey tits exclamation. That's Conrad Thompson, not you. Don't worry about that. NK, I keep forgetting that MJF is only 24.
He's my age, dude. That's crazy.
He's got a massive upside, and he's got so much to come. Christian Camacho as well with your guests. Hopefully Tessa joins them.
Maybe she's the fourth.
He's talking about the horse. Yeah. Quite possible. We saw Jonesy. Jonesy said that Kurt Angle is also a Conrad Thompson guy and is a VIP on the Jericho cruise. Could be the Hall of Famer in question.
You suck.
Priv TV, thanks for joining us, bro. He said that it was a 5-on-5 and they changed it in the morning. That Khan tweeted out about it. I don't know why they changed it. Yeah, I'm sure it was definitely advertised as one. Christian Camacho, QT Marshall versus Fuego del Sol is on dark on Tuesday.
Yeah, he hates Fuego. So if you watch Sammy's vlogs, they're like feud on it, which is interesting. Yeah.
And Priv TV, will Shaq appear on Revolution?
I think he has an All-Star game.
Yeah, I think that's the reason they moved this match to the TV rather than have it at the pay-per-view. So yeah. So guys, that was Crossroads, AEW Dynamite show, the go home show to Revolution, which is going to be on Sunday. We are going to try and bring you a prediction show before Sunday, but it will just be on the podcast version. So make sure you've subscribed to the podcast and all that good stuff so you catch it. And on Monday, we are most likely going to be back here doing a review of the show Revolution. So please stay tuned to WrestleManiac.uk on Instagram, Kings Road Wrestling on Instagram. So you make sure you know to join us back if we are going ahead with and what time we are doing the show on Monday. But yeah, guys, that's the show for today. Thanks for joining us. Remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. For our audio listeners, we hope you enjoyed as well. Please subscribe and follow us on your podcast platform of choice and leave us a 5-star review. Mike, any last words?
Yeah, if you guys could, subscribe, share the podcast, that'd be greatly appreciated. We announced that we're going to do something on Monday for the review show. I think kind of in a unique spot because we're going to have in-person perspective of what happens at Revolution. So you guys are not going to miss us. I think that we're above, we're doing stuff that no one else is doing, and we're going to have some amazing episodes in the future. So share that podcast, subscribe, and we're going to keep doing our thing for everybody. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, guys, we'll be back on Monday, like we said, so stay tuned to the socials. But other than that, we'll be back same time next week. So take care, and we'll see you then.